Thanks, Abby. Thanks, Paul. I'm here in the City of London, the epicentre of the global financial markets, on this momentous referendum morning. A matter of months ago, most had assumed this vote was a foregone conclusion.
I am told you are leaving South Africa to London, but within the Technoserve family. This is rather sad. I would say, don't leave.
Sarah, I'm here that you're leaving.
Eva did an assessment of Smexit and its implications, and we came to the conclusion that it will not only have a negative impact on TAF management, but also on gender empowerment throughout the TAF countries.
And I've been looking at our portfolio, and I really do think the Smexit will really affect us adversely.
So, Sarah, we're sorry, we can't let you go.
And I therefore hope that you really consider staying.
Oh, I think Smexit would have a devastating impact on thousands of Euro-African immigrants who she saved from the dangerous consequences of a work-life balance.
You gave us very valuable advice in terms of project development, management.
Smexit, it's a tough one. I reckon someone's got to be the devil's advocate for development practitioners.
You guided us through our project in Norway.
Now we're going to find out what the portfolio team think about this. Sarah's decision to leave South Africa. Peter Banas, how do you feel about this Smexit referendum?
Complicated stuff. And Sarah, I really understand there's a lot of pros, a lot of cons, and...
No, thank you. I can't do with this. Just give me a moment. Just give me a moment.
I mean, we can argue forever. However, my big thing is this is the place that needs to grow. This is the place where the opportunities are, and...
This whole thing is a mess. She just can't go. It's going to have such an impact on the wine industry. And my wine budget at the office, I don't know what I'm going to do with it.
Therefore, unless we all set our minds to making this happen, it's not going to happen.
I just think people in favor of Smexit are the same ones that are voting for Trump. It's ridiculous.
Leaving? Not a good idea.
Oh, Pinto, I think that's the more reason Sarah should stay for a while. Just to ensure that Chris Foley pays you and pays you completely.
Then I'll be happy. I'll be very happy if Sarah stays.
So why do you want to leave? Why the hell do you want to leave?
This is Johannesburg in winter. I just think Sarah should consider the impact of a Smexit on climate change.
But a Remain campaign peddling fear, innuendo, all year round sun, and cheap food and clothes has swung the public into doubt and turmoil.
Okay, so Smexit or not, it is a very, very difficult referendum.
Actually, I'm not sure what I want in this whole referendum about Sarah.
Sarah who? I still have absolutely no idea. You know, we are talking here about a lady that can't even grow tomatoes, fruit, nothing on her windowsill. I have no idea how she got this job. I think she just did it.
So Ben, what do you think about this Smexit thing?
Tim, I think Sarah will have to go. The simple reason being because she never came to visit us during the Phase 1 TAF project.
No, for me that's the reason she has to stay.
Because one part of me wants Sarah to stay. Because by her going, it's a loss in our women's league. She doesn't know that she belonged to a women's league, but she did. Because I'm very pro-women, and I thought she was making a major contribution in terms of how women are making a difference in the developing world. So
maybe, for me, even though that's Ebola, but that's no excuse, she needs to go.
No, for me she can stay, because then she can still come and bring us a visit in that room.
I've just come out of a meeting with the group executive directors of Standard Bank, and they have confirmed that the Smexit will indeed be devastating for the banks in South Africa.
But there is a growing sense across the Smexit supporters that a significant number of undecided voters, the secret Sarahs as they've been dubbed, could decidedly swing this vote back in favour of Smexit and Hope.
So Sarah, the TAF team seems to believe that you should stay in South Africa and that there is no credible alternative leader for TAF. Well, Sarah, I disagree.
Let's get some views from the floor. People working very, very hard in here. Smexit or Remain?
Smexit.
And why? Smexit or Remain?
Oh, definitely Smexit.
And why?
Oh, 'cause she's well fit.
Yep, good point. Somebody who likes photos here, Smexit or Remain?
I really like braids.
Interesting. Let's kick another.
Hi, it's Emily reporting from Pemba Island, Zanzibar, off the east coast of Africa. And I'm here to ask why on earth you would want to stay in Africa.
But on a more selfish note, I really want her to go because I love shopping and I love clothes and bags and...
I mean, it's raining, it's cold, the wind is blowing, and there's no sign of blue skies anywhere. What do we want? And when do we want it?
Now.
What do we want? And when do we want it?
Now.
And what do we want? And when do we want it?
Yeah, I'm in favor of Sarah going back to London because of all the crop failures that we experienced at Western Farms, and she continuously reminded me that I played solitaire in the forest in Cameroon.
So for all the English fashion which is going to come online, I think I've found my own personal courier where I'll be buying stuff, delivering it to her house, but she needs to make sure it gets here back in South Africa.
I think Sarah should leave because we have too many Welsh people in the team already.
What do you think, Pinto? Oh, Sarah should go. Sarah should go. Sarah did not like this, but they paid me well.
There's bugs, there's mosquitoes, I'm taking malaria pills.
Girls from the valleys should stay in the valleys.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime referendum. Our future generations rely on you getting the vote right. Please don't get it Pete Tong. The Bank of England needs Sarah back in her home country. So does the Bank of Wales, for that matter. Vote Smexit on 23rd of June.
What about up here? Smexit or Remain?
Me, I'm not happy. I'm not happy about the Smexit. Sarah Marchand. She said you can have a job. Me, I drive to Johannesburg. The others, they drive from Zimbabwe, Italy. She said you can have the job, and then she goes, no. She can't go. Reste, Sarah. You can't trust the Brits. Mind you, you can't trust the French either.
I definitely Remain.
And why?
Well, I haven't done any research, but I'm convinced it's the safest option.
Interesting. A little insight into that person's brain. And what about you, dearest?
Remain?
And why is that?
We're being overrun, aren't we?
Overrun by who?
By women. I think we should only admit women on a points-based housework system. A Smexit vote brings back 2, maybe 3 of them, and I just don't think we can cope.
Interesting.
Wait, I'll tell you now. Okay, yeah, you know them. So what is this about Sarah? Should she go? Should she leave?
I think Sarah should definitely stay.
Okay, Bartek, add something to that.
No, but definitely stay.
You can't copy what I said.
No.
Yeah.
You don't. I'm not original.
You never met her.
Yeah,
Actually.
you never met her.
That's a good reason to stay. You actually.
So you
never
just
met her.
wanted to stay because what?
He's in love.
Girls.
Yeah, girls. Okay, good reason. Eseto, what should happen to Sarah?
Definitely stay. If you just look around this room, we definitely need more women in private equity.
No, I tend to agree.
Stick around a minute. You want me to miss your damn cute face?
So I'm really sad. I don't want her to go. And let's think my story.
I personally can't wait to get home, and I suggest you come home too.
And therefore, I would argue, bank on this, bank on South Africa, bank on Africa. That's where it's all going to happen in the future. Do you really want to not be part of that?
Let's see if we can get any more votes. Are you a Smexit or Remainer?
I would like to Remain, please.
Remain. And what about you, sir?
Smexit.
And why is that?
Well, we already miss Sarah, Paul, and Keith. We just wanted to come back.
Same opinion. So please reste, Sarah. On a besoin de francophones en Afrique du Sud. Et de toute façon, en Angleterre, il n'y a rien à faire. C'est le passé, l'Angleterre. Donc, so please, remain. Stay with us.
Hi everyone, greetings from Munich Airport. I wanted to talk to you on today, the 23rd of June, as you guys go to the polls for Smexit in South Africa. I wanted to talk to you about Smexit on 3 dimensions and think of these with Sarah in mind. The first important dimension is the impact of Smexit on the South African economy. The second is Sarah's happiness as a sun lover, so consider the weather as you go to the polls today. And the third is the issue of family solidarity and family happiness. So on number 1, just take a look at this chart, which happens to be sitting here next to the dustbin at Munich Airport. It clearly shows that Sarah has had a staggeringly negative impact on the South African economy since she arrived in 2010. 50% ZAR depreciation versus the pound, 50% ZAR depreciation versus the US dollar. Do yourselves a favour and get rid of her. Secondly, take a look at the weather here. This is Munich, this is Europe, and because this is Europe, this is a pretty damn good proxy for the UK. The weather here is sensational.
It's not as great as you think. It really isn't. Like, no, don't get me wrong. I understand right now it's easy to be arrogant because you're having your 5 days of summer, but it's not as great as you think.
So vote Smexit and allow this poor sun-loving girl to come and toast herself here in Europe. And finally, we got smarried 5 years ago, Sarah and I. I think it's best that we stay together. As you can see, I've Smexited already. So vote Smexit and allow her and Kiki to come and join me in Europe.
Now, I also spoke to the head of your family. No, Paul, it's not you, Kiki. And she mentioned that she really did not like her holidays in Europe. They're cold, miserable, and rainy. She wants to be here with her friends and play.
It's not going.
Smexit.
No!
This is where she needs to grow up. Really? Is there another place?
See you tomorrow for the party.
So there you have it. A vote for Remain is one for misogyny, ignorance. A vote for Smexit is one of hope, prosperity and joy. Over to you, Paul and Abby.
If you leave like it will pay me well, then no problem.
Because
But
not
if not-
Abigail do that. Because Chris Foley was contracted by Sarah. So she has to stay a while to ensure you are fully paid.
Profession, strong and coarse. Well, in true character, on Thursday, Sean coarsely told me to go home, you stupid wench.
Why? You had your
Response to the response.
Well, we wish you all the best and good luck from Daru.
Good luck.
Bye.
Bye.